10-8 podcast, and we are back. It's your boy Norbs, and I'm waiting for my brother Jamel Herring to get on. We got a special guest tonight, my man Barak Bess. Y'all seen him on the zone. Y'all seen him everywhere. One of the top content creators, one of the stars of the scene. We're going to bring him on and see what's popping. He just actually checked in, so you know, we're getting it popping right now. I appreciate everybody for tuning in right now. This is a special show for me. So, you know, but again, I want to apologize. I was running late. I'll tell you what happened, right? So pretty much I was somewhere, I get out of there, whatnot. And what happened was my car battery died. So I was stuck in a bad situation. So I called Jamel and said, yo, Jamel, you're probably gonna have to host this one, man. I don't know if I'm gonna make it back in time. And then by the Almighty helped me out and got me there. So appreciate everybody's patience. I apologize for whatnot. So, you know, I'm waiting for Jamel. And there's my brother from another mother right now.
I'm on the pod. I'll get back to you, bro. Be good.
So yeah, we're gonna set it off with the intro. Hold on, Jamel. We're gonna set it up.
All right, I bet.
Yo, Jamel, what's the word, man? Yo, so let me tell you, I was telling the people, right? The people deciding on right now. Literally, I went to start my car and my battery just was like, I said, oh my God. I just went to AutoZone and I asked them if my freaking battery was gonna last. And they're like, oh yeah, it's good. There's nothing wrong with it. And then right away, that's what happens. It only happens to me. Those things only happen to me.
My face is swollen. It's not swell today.
You didn't look bad last time when I seen you.
Nah, I was cool. You know me. You know that I'm not. I told you, bro. I gave you my word. I wasn't gonna go out there and shout out to my man Paulie, but I wasn't going out.
Like wasn't gonna Paulie. First and foremost, I'm not missing any more fights. So you need to let me know in advance, and you gotta let people know, like, yo, that's my guy. You know what I mean? I just need one ticket, bro. I really want the press. I don't care about anything else. I would have loved to have done the press, man. That would have been.
I think they'll let you do the press for sure.
Yeah, bro, that's fine. I mean, they need it, bro. They really need it. You know what I mean? But you know, it is what it is. But yeah, you know how that goes, man. But yeah, waiting for Barak. How you spell his name again? I got it right? Barak Bess. Yeah. Well, anyway. Anyways, did I put everything in? All right, we should be good. I'm using this link correct because I don't see anything. Okay, so he says he doesn't see anything. Let me get the link back. Copied. How do you email this? Email it to myself. Sorry about that, y'all. We are waiting for everybody to get on before Mr. Barak gets on. You know, whatever. Yeah, Jamal, I've been dealing with a lot of stuff, dude. I've been dealing with a whole lot, man. We gotta have a conversation. It's been crazy for your boy. It's really been crazy for me.
For both of us, apparently, it's been.
Oh, Jesus, man. Let me tell you, bro. Let me tell you. It's a lot, but hold on. Let me just send this link. I apologize for those tuning in right now. Damn, we got a low number tuning in today. What is up? That's a rarity. What's going on here?
So we didn't start late, did we?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they didn't believe it was coming. Yeah, just resent them the link. There it is. We should be waiting. My man L in the building. Make sure y'all share the link, like, subscribe, share the link. Yeah, man. Well, let me see. What happened today in boxing? What happened today? I see a lot of Bernie. Your man Bernie's been all through, bro. Like he's
That's how Bernie get down.
Your man is
especially if you spread something that he don't fully agree with, he gonna voice his opinion.
Oh no, I seen a whole video when he was pretty much saying I don't know who. I think he was talking to Blue Blood or whatever his name is, and he was talking crazy. Like he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna slap the whatever out of you." I'm like, somebody else, and I was like, "Damn, is it ever that serious for a blog?" Like, I was like, "Whatever." I guess somebody said, "Are you part of the team?" Whatnot on Bomax team or Terence Crawford, and they try to make him look like a groupie, and you know how that goes. You know how that goes. It's just that's not fair. But whatever. Let me see what other news popped up today. Waiting for my man Barak to come on. Did you see? This is a question I actually had. So Shakur Stevenson really is the closest thing to Floyd Mayweather, right? And I wanted to ask you that because I don't agree with it at all. I don't agree that I mean, maybe older Floyd, like in the mid-30s, was more passive, but to say that he's more like Floyd, I feel like people forget that Floyd was a great offensive fighter.
The closest than the Floyd.
No, I don't agree. I don't even think so. Not even close. Like
in what aspect?
Huh?
In what aspect though?
Offensively, he's not necessarily a. I think Floyd at 130, 135 was a
defensive minded. He's cold.
No, defensively, but Floyd was more defensive minded when he went to 147. When he was at 130 or 135, Floyd was a beast, but he was letting his hands go.
Pretty boy,
never done that. He's never done that. So to me,
it still was Floyd though. Floyd was Floyd. Whether you're talking about Money Way version or Pretty Boy Floyd version.
My guy in the building, Barak. What's up, bro?
What's going on?
What's going on, bro?
Yo, what's up, champ? How y'all?
I'm good, man. Good to see you, bro.
Welcome to the 10X podcast. We appreciate you for coming on, brother. Thank you.
Yo, my pleasure. My pleasure. What's popping?
So we actually started off. I was talking to Jamel, right? And I seen that.
Please join with this, bro. Please, man. You gotta ask him the same question.
No, we have to because I don't agree. And somebody made a post. I think it was on Boxing Scene on one of them Instagram posts, and they said Shakur Stevenson is the closest thing to Floyd Mayweather Jr. And I don't agree. I don't even think it's. I don't even really see the comparison, to be honest with you. Let you answer that. How do you feel about that?
I think, because Floyd was probably one of the best ever, if not the best. We're always looking to compare somebody about, let's say, defensively wise. I don't know. I mean, I think Shakur has the best defense in boxing. So I can understand that comparison. I think he's very smart. I think he barely gets touched unless he wants to, kind of like Floyd. So I understand it. I just think that Floyd had the opportunity to prove his greatness with so many great names.
Yeah.
We could probably wait a little bit longer to really put that on top of Shakur, but I definitely understand why people would say that. His defense is impeccable.
100%. But see, this is where I differ, Brock. Right?
Oh, hold up! I don't hear y'all for some.
Oh, you don't hear me? Hold on. You might have to go out and come back in. Go out and come back in. Okay.
Hey, how you gonna go and come back in? Give me.
I don't have a number. Mr. Suspicious in the building. You hear it now?
What's going on?
He's gonna have to go out and come back in. I'm gonna make this point. Suspicious. You know what? I told this guy to come on the show, Mr. Suspicious, and he has curved me like the hot Dominican chicks in Dykeman. I don't know what's wrong with him. So Barak, you ready?
Yes. What's up? I must have cut off for a second. I couldn't hear y'all.
Oh no, you're good. So look, this is. I don't think it's a good comparison. I'm gonna tell you why. Maybe for the old Floyd, my son is wilding right now. For the old Floyd Mayweather, but when Floyd was at 130, 135, Floyd would let his hands go. He was a really great offensive fighter. I've never necessarily seen that from Shakur, to be honest. I think
listen. I feel like when people say that though, mainly compare the last glimpse of what they seen of Floyd Mayweather.
Exactly.
Which was a defensive-minded Floyd, didn't waste punches, Floyd, you know what I mean, in accuracy. So I'm not mad. Like, again, Shakur still has a long time to develop and become who, you know what I'm saying, who people feel like he can be, but the same, I can see the comparisons. We're not saying that he's the exact replica of a fucking Floyd Mayweather, but I'm saying though, defensive-minded, he doesn't waste punches, very accurate. I can see the comparisons why people would say that though, bro.
Yeah, whenever anybody compares somebody to Floyd, they're never talking about Pretty Boy Floyd.
Thank you.
They're never talking about him. I mean, if you think about it, Floyd really became popular. He really transcended the sport later in his career. So you're talking about after Oscar De La Hoya.
Thank you. 07.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's when he became famous. After 24/7 came out, with that HBO show, that's when Floyd became famous to the masses. You know, before he was just boxing famous. After that, he became famous to the masses. So that's usually who the people know, and that's usually who we talk about.
Thank you.
No, absolutely. But people tend to forget the how great Floyd was against a Diego Corrales.
Right.
And Floyd was a different type of animal at that point. When he went up to 147, he became kind of the boring version of Floyd. And people, for some strange reason, remember that. But Floyd, I mean, Chop Corley, he was banging it out there, almost got dropped. Like, I think Shakur is a great defensive fighter.
So Floyd was boring in the Ricky Hatton fight. Rest in peace, Ricky Hatton.
Ricky Hatton really was bringing it to him, and he caught him with the
Was it boring though?
But he wasn't Pretty Boy.
Now we're gonna put it on Ricky Hatton. It was just Ricky Hatton doing Ricky Hatton. Okay. The fight with Miguel Cotto, was that boring though too?
Good fight. But it wasn't Pretty Boy.
Like Floyd still got down and dirty when he had to. When he had to, but it took a dog to bring it out of him. Maidana had to bring it out of him. Both fights, you know, it took a dog. Listen, it's the same thing with Shakur. I'm not gonna say if you sit there and fight Shakur's fight at his pace, y'all gonna go play and say what y'all want, but y'all not pushing him. That's not his fault. If he can cruise a victory round by round and pick you apart, same way Floyd would do to you as well. I'm not mad at that. But say like again, Cepeda Shakur, I was highly impressed. It started out like the typical Floyd fight. Also, it started out rough in the beginning, but once Shakur got his rhythm and timing on what Cepeda was doing because he didn't change the speeds up. So when Shakur got the timing down, Cepeda, he did what he wanted. It's like every time, like I can't have it. Y'all gonna go playing just like I did with Floyd.
Exactly. Also understand that Floyd, he wasn't Pretty Boy Floyd when he fought Cotto, but he was 35 years old.
Bringing it.
You know he was 35 years. Floyd is like Michael Jordan, bro. He was the lead scorer when he was dunking on everybody, but as he got older, he still was the lead scorer doing the fadeaway. You know what I mean? So you get older, you switch your game, but if you're still able to beat everybody, that just shows your greatness. We can't compare him to the 27-year-old Floyd.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's why I would compare him to the later Floyd, but not
Floyd in general, though.
No, I was saying you can't compare the 35-year-old Floyd to the younger Floyd. That's what I'm saying.
I will say this. January 31st, I think if he can dominate one of his peers, similar to when Floyd fought Diego, they were pretty much 50-50 at the time. And he dominated him. If he can go out and dominate Teofimo, which a lot of people are sleeping on.
Diego was actually the favorite going into that fight.
100%. Yes, and he dominated him. He didn't run, he fought. If he can do that to someone like Teofimo, who a lot of people for some strange reason are downplaying, I'll say that. But Teofimo is, I got it as a 50-50 fight right now. I mean, how do you guys feel about it?
I say because Teo's already shown his greatness. Like if Teo retired right now, he's probably a first ballot Hall of Famer.
100%, yeah.
You know, lineal in two different divisions, and he beat Hall of Fame guys. You know, Josh Taylor's going to be in the Hall of Fame. So is Lomachenko. Yep. So yeah, I would say that Teo had the opportunity to fight the bigger names to prove that he's great, to be on the pound for pound list already. So even though he lost, it's hard to say, because Shakur is such a great boxer, he's hard to hit, to really say anything different than 50-50. Or if you are going to give the edge, it's going to be really, really slight.
Yeah.
I think in this fight, and again, and this might be the biggest critique to Shakur. I think he really got to let it. Like people say, oh, he did it against Zepeda. He let his hands go against Zepeda. He was willing to mix it up. Will he be willing to mix it up with Teofimo, who I believe is probably next to Gervonta Davis the most athletic fighter between 135 to 140? I think he does everything. I mean, he's just a beast. I think it's going to be tough for him to fight that type of way for Zepeda against Teo. How do you feel about that?
I think Teo hits way harder than Zepeda.
Absolutely.
So I think he'd be foolish to fight that kind of fight. You know, I think styles make fights, and his Teo style is going to bring out probably something different in Shakur. But I do know that Shakur is a dog. But at the end of the day, you got to go in there and win. You can't go in there saying, "Oh, I got to please the fan every single fight," the way he did against Zepeda. He got to go in there and win, and you're fighting a very dangerous, a very explosive Teofimo Lopez. So I doubt we'll see that same Teo, or if we do, it'll be in spots.
Do you?
I mean, that same
Shakur. Do you think he could win the fight being passive and just falling back, going up? Because a lot of people say you got to beat the champ, right? Teo's the champ.
I mean, I don't like that. You got to beat the champ crap because you know that doesn't make sense. You know, you got to win the rounds. you got to win the rounds no matter what. You know what I mean? And can he win? Look what he did to De Los Santos. Dude beat him with one hand. You know what I'm saying? Beat him with one hand, and he wasn't the aggressor. He pump faked him, like he said, the whole time. Like, yes, I believe he can win the fight just boxing and not being the aggressor.
Do you think he could be passive though? I feel like he has to let his hands go against.
I don't think so. I don't think so, bro.
I mean, when you say let his hands go, I mean you just got to let your hands go enough to win the fight. You know, to land more punches than your opponent. And when you say passive, what do you mean?
Yeah, passive. Like he's being lackadaisical. That's not him.
No. I feel like sometimes Shakur is not.
All right, so name the fights. Name the fights when Shakur doesn't let his hands go.
De Los Santos, I thought he was all right. I didn't think he was great. You thought he was great in that fight?
But you literally saw him fight with one hand, though. Like, literally.
Yeah.
And he beat a good fighter with one hand. To me, that's special. What do you say, Jamel? I thought that was special. Yes, it was. It didn't make me happy to see him fight like that. But he literally fought him with one hand.
A lot of people are downplaying Teo. A lot of people aren't giving him a shot. Do you feel like Teo is being downplayed in this fight?
Oh, I don't see that.
No,
I don't see that. I feel like people are saying 50-50. I think two great fighters. We're witnessing two great fighters in their prime.
I love that.
Both on the pound for pound list right now.
The only slight I have against Teo, and I'm pretty sure you all can agree, we just want to see which Teofimo we're gonna get. We're gonna get the Teofimo that fought the Taylors, Lomatengas of the world, or the ones when he fought, my man Jermaine Ortiz and so forth. It's like Teo, but I always believe when it's a fight that people believe that Teo can lose, Teo always comes to bring his best. That's all I'm looking to see. If he comes to bring his best, it's gonna be a fun fight. That's how I look at it. It's gonna be a fun fight because they're both great at what they do. They have different tool sets, but they're both great at what they do. So for me, looking at the first 2-3 rounds, I just want to see the version of Teofimo Lopez we're gonna get first before I be like, okay, now I know what type of fight we're gonna get.
I believe this fight has the potential to be the next great trilogy. That's what I really believe. I think the fact that they're 28 years old.
Somebody gotta lose in a rematch or some shit.
That's what I'm saying.
We're gonna get a draw or something. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
right. At least a draw, right?
At least a draw somewhere or something.
Right.
This fight is going to be tight. I really believe it's going to come down to who wins the 12th round. To be honest with you, I think Teo's going to be on. And again, 28 years old, right? I think they're both 28. I really do believe this is going to be the next great trilogy, bro. I mean, that's how I feel. I think some people are going to think Teo won. That's how close it's going to be to me. I mean, what was the last great trilogy? Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Absolutely.
I think this is the one. Jamel, what do you think?
I think honestly, shout out to both Canelo and Bud. Because again, Shakur follows a lot behind what Bud does. Yeah. And, so credit to him and Teofimo for making this fight. Because let's be real, a lot of us thought that it wasn't happening. There's just a lot of talk. But I think since we're getting this fight early in the year, I hope that at least it opens up the eyes of the other young, talented fighters around to actually now make the fights that we actually want to see for a change. So if anything, I don't like I said, if it doesn't give a trilogy, whatever, I hope it just brings out more competitive fights around the board where other fighters be like, you know what, I want to top that, or I want that same type of exposure. Because again, we're tired. Let's be real, we're tired of seeing one-sided fights. You know, so I'm glad that all these entities are popping into forcing fighters now to actually go out there and make real fights that we want to see for a change.
So let me ask this question to Brock. Do you feel like it's the promoters that are stopping these big fights from happening, or is it the fighters? Because you know, a lot of people were relying on Turkey Al-Sheikh to pull the bag out. We just have the situation now with Virgil and Boots, and it's not going down for whatever reason. It obviously money. What do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of harder now to find fights that are not happening right now, and even that fight right there is only postponed just a little bit. Like you know, eventually that's probably going to happen. So I don't even want to say that fight is not happening. You know, because this and it's just moved up to 154, so it's still fresh, it's still new. Now, because Turkey came in the game and now we're seeing these big fights back to back, that kind of shows me that it was never the fighters. That kind of shows me that it kind of was never the fighters, and maybe it was the handlers. You could say the promoters, maybe the managers, I don't know, but maybe it was the money situation. And it just never really seems like fighters don't want to make the fights. It seems like it doesn't make sense for promoters, because when promoters have these deals with, when they do these long-term deals with different networks, that stops fights right there. Yeah. You know, you got Matchroom having their deal with DAZN, and then you had Top Rank having their deal with ESPN at the time. That was hard right there. That was hard to make fights right there, unless they were willing to work together the few times that they were willing to work together. So I think that's the issue. I don't think it was ever really a fight. You know, every once in a while it might be a fighter, but I don't think it was ever really a fighter not wanting to fight another fighter.
I don't know, because Jamel told me he feels like Richard Hitchens should be. He feels as if he's not taking a big fight with Antoine Russell and things of that nature. But you know, I don't know. How do you feel about that?
Why is that? Why I feel like that? Because again, going over what Brock was just saying though too. Now that fighters see there's money as well coming in, they feel like, you know, I'm not here to tell them what they're worth, but a lot of these fighters feel like they deserve more from the pot than what's being presented because of all the money they see out there floating around. That's why people get upset when Turkey Al-Sheikh wasn't doing this card or that card, because they see the money that he's presenting to fighters, and fighters feel like they deserve you know, a piece of that pie. Right. That's really it. But like I said again, you know, so 140 and 154 are two heavily, you know, these skill set divisions, but yet, you know, at 140, it's like, yo, you got other champions calling you out, and it's always something. I just don't agree with that. You know what I mean? Like I said, for the most part, you know what I'm saying? Again, I want to Oscar Valdez, but I know I had to go through Shakur. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I knew, like I said, I knew what I was getting myself into, but at the same time, I wanted to continue to push myself, and then plus, the money comes with the fights. You beat a guy like Shakur, of course, you're going to get way more for the next one and so forth. But some of these guys, they want it right now instead of building their resumes. Like, who have you beaten to demand all these crazy numbers? Not saying you deserve, but you gotta put ashes in the season. Also, you have to have a stacked resume or something, man.
Yeah, you know, it kind of happens in boxing though. Like the PBC era, you know, it seemed like fighters were getting paid a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? So fighters coming up under that, they want the same thing. And then when the zone came in the game, same thing. Fighters getting paid a lot of money. Now Turkey Al-Sheikh is in the game, same thing. Fighters getting paid a lot of money. So I expect fighters not to want to make a lot of money, and sometimes maybe they want a little bit more than their fight demands. But it is what it is. They saying everybody else get it.
Now, boxing is starting to see a change in a sense, and boxing is probably still run like from the 60s with the promoters and stuff like that. Every sport has evolved. The NFL has TV deals. The NBA has TV deals. It seems as if, and we've seen, I think it was the UFC just got the deal with Paramount. Do you feel like boxing will ever come to a situation where they'll start getting TV deals and stop relying on promoters to get the money? Do you think that is possible?
No, no, not compared to these other sports like that, because all of those other sports you name, they're all under one organization.
Exactly.
So boxing is a bunch of independent contractors all trying to work together. So you got to independently make a contract each time.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it doesn't work that way. And I see what Dana White and Turkey is trying to do now with this new TKO thing. They're trying to put, because look at the UFC. Everybody says, oh, the UFC, Dana White did such a great job. And yes, he did, but that's not all of MMA. It just so happens that he has most of the big stars. At one time, Michael Venom Page was fighting on Bellator.
Yeah.
And he was one of the best fighters in the world. He couldn't fight nobody in the UFC. So it's not like, UFC is all of MMA. It's just they snatched up everybody, and it just seems like it now. So UFC is basically just a promoter.
Right.
It's just one promotional company that just dominating MMA right now. They're buying up everybody, and they got most of the fighters. So that's the difference. So I don't see boxing unless somehow we all came together and made one organization, kind of like the NFL, MLB, or NBA. And even I don't know how that's gonna work. Fighters getting paid so much money. How is that gonna work?
Well, I did hear rumors a couple years ago when Turkey was first coming in that he was trying to buy some of these promotional companies. Do you think? And again, seeing that some of these promotional companies aren't able to, some of them don't have TV deals, they're not getting income. Do you feel like Turkey is eventually going to try to purchase some of these entities in order to put everybody in the one umbrella?
I can't call that. I heard those rumors too.
I think it's impossible.
Yeah.
You know why? No. You know why I say that? Because okay, if all these, basically with those promoters, let's for instance, they all got different TV deals and stuff like that as well. I feel like it's impossible because if you say you grab at least three of the major promoters and you got to take all those contracts. All those contracts also promise fighters a certain amount of dates per year. You won't, if you have one TV network with all those fighters. How is it say that you can promise those on fight cards? You can promise those fighters dates, and not only dates, their minimums on every card is too much. It's too much. You got to start letting fighters go if that's the case. Start, because you see it now, letting fighters getting let go.
But let me counter that. real quick. They don't have one TV network. The NFL has Fox. They have ESPN. They have CBS. They have ABC.
I think about it. Okay, let's just say
I mean, Fox don't do boxing anymore.
Yeah, but let's say Turkey did this shit a year ago, but you had Tyrank at least had ESPN, PBC at least had the Amazon, Matchroom had the Zone. So you being telling me, okay, now you want to buy those three entities and you put them on one network? It's not enough. It's not enough. All those fighters, all those fighters is not. You can't keep them all happy. It's only 12 months in the year. How many cards you gonna put on a year?
I don't know.
Keep all those fighters satisfied now. You got to keep all those fighters satisfied.
I mean, they only fight what 2-3 times a year.
If you bringing in a whole roster, stable, this stable, you still gotta go by what their current contracts are.
Let me put it like this. Imagine if it was like Golden Boy was the Giants and Top Rank was another franchise, and they could be like almost like franchises within one umbrella. I think that would be dope to have one league and all of them kind of work.
Where you put all these fight cards and fighters on the fight.
It seems like look at the zone is working with Matchroom and Golden Boy and other promoters already, and it seems like if any network is putting on the most fights, is the zone right now.
Yeah, the zone pretty much has everything.
I see. I'll get what I'm saying though. It's like you got to split that between different, networks. In my opinion, like how wrestling do, how Raw and SmackDown do it. Because again, you might have to put your bigger cards on this network, but you're gonna have to to build up prospects and mid carders on a whole different. Because Barack, how I'm saying, like networks give out a certain amount of dates per year. You cannot. It's going to be impossible to fill up the promised fighters throughout all those dates. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I can get you in this because they gonna get guys to be like, I deserve.
They're not doing it now.
I think that's like you're thinking about the networks like Fox was, like ESPN was, because they weren't just for boxing. You know, you got DAZN. When DAZN came to America, literally, it was just boxing. You know what I mean? So that's why they have so many dates. DAZN is not like Fox trying to put on a bunch of movies, a bunch of shows, and then they squeeze boxing in there. Or ESPN, they have all of these other sports and all of these other shows, and boxing is squeezed in there. I don't know. DAZN basically focused on boxing in America, and that's why they have way over 100 dates a year.
I mean, there are networks. I've heard rumors. I don't know how true this is.
What's up?
I've heard rumors of HBO.
What?
And Showtime possibly doing boxing again.
What? Where you getting your rumors from?
I
don't want to knock it. I don't want to knock it just because I ain't hear it.
I really heard that. I think it's kind of odd.
HBO left 9 years ago. No. Was it 9 years ago? No. 6 years ago.
Something like that. Yeah. We had Jim Lampley on.
Yeah, like 7 years ago now. What when he left? Then he left 2018, so that's 8 years ago. Damn.
So I'm gonna break it down to you. I watched things. Right? Check it out. Okay. So we had Jim Lampley on in August, and he basically he was very upset about HBO being bought out, and even HBO went as far to call themselves just Max, right? And I heard the rumor probably in the summer that they're possibly going to come back. And if you look now they're back to HBO Max. HBO was the big brand. We all knew where boxing was there, and I really do believe, I do believe it's going to eventually come back because it was such a big staple. What big fights didn't happen on HBO or Showtime when we were growing up? I really believe that's
it. Yeah, that was it for us. Like that was it. HBO was, oh my God, it was king, and then Showtime came and did a hell of a job as well.
Yeah, when Golden Boy Al Heyman was the line over there with Showtime.
That's right.
Then Tyrant was doing their business mainly on HBO after a while.
Yep.
So you didn't hear these rumors, bro?
No, I didn't. I don't know who these people you talking to. Who these people? Jamel, did you hear these rumors, Jamel?
I go, but he brings me, and I'm like, yo, I hear a little whisper, nothing like loud enough to be like,
right.
Coming back.
I mean,
it'd be great if they did, but again, like I said, that's wishful thinking right now, man.
I mean, the more the merrier, but
exactly.
I don't know, bro. I just don't know.
Well, we all know Netflix is making a major play for live sports, so you know.
Even with boxing, they put on the major cards.
Yeah, absolutely. But eventually,
it's cool. I'm happy with it because again, everybody got Netflix. What I'm saying though, like, but what we were talking about earlier, you got to also build these prospects into. You know what I'm saying? I think, like I said again, Tyrant is probably one of the best to build prospects into stars. Just that they have a hard time. You know what I'm saying? With this, you know, when that fighter gets up there, of course, put it in where the fighter feels like he deserves to be at. But again, they're probably you're gonna have to build stars. You have to keep them. You have to put them in. You know what I'm saying? You have to keep them as stars and put the right fights around them. It's a lot. So for one entity to try to buy, it's gonna be a lot.
That Saudi money it's you know, that's long. I got a question. Another one. Hold on, Brock. I seen you recently spending time with Mr. Bud Crawford. Recently, I think you had dropped something with him. I don't believe he's retired. Jamel says he is. I don't think it is. I think it's I think he wants that $100 million. Is Mr. Crawford really retired?
Oh man, you see, I don't even think he can answer that. I think as of right now, 100%.
That's what I'm saying.
It looks like he's on like a retirement tour right now.
He had a party recently.
You know, exactly. And you don't do something big like that for your whole city to come out and then say, okay, yeah, with thoughts of coming back. So his thoughts might not be, oh yeah, I'm coming back. But money talks. I don't know, but I do think in his mind right now,
if you over that $100 million, he's back in the gym next week.
What you said, 100 million? But I think it's not just, next week. It's not just 100 million. It's 100 million and the right name too.
Right. Yeah.
Because actually, I think Turkey would have gave him anything he wanted. You know,
Really?
even before he fought Canelo, before Canelo was even a possibility.
Yeah.
And after he beat Spence, everybody was looking like who he's gonna fight next. Like, this dude is the best in the world. And a lot of names just wasn't moving him. You know,
Right.
I was telling him, yo, fight Jamel Charlo. You know, he still got one of the belts. He's still a lineal champion at the time. You know, in 154-pound division, he was like, hell no. You know, after Jamel Charlo fought Canelo, he wasn't interested in Jamel Charlo no more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's really about a name as well. I don't think he's just gonna come back for 100 million, because I'm sure Turkey is offering him the bag already. I don't think Turkey just let him leave and without offering him something.
There was rumors saying that Turkey wasn't willing to pay that unless it was apparently that he didn't want to match that number. I don't know how true that is, but you know, but they were saying that.
What, that Turkey didn't want to
that they didn't want to give him the 100 million. Remember, his buddy Bernie.
But there's no fight out there that calls for that much money. Probably
there's only two people.
It was only Canelo.
No, there's one more person.
Who's that?
Jamel's not going to like the name I'm going to say.
Oh, yeah, I want to hear this one too.
He's not going to like the name. I don't even want
no one's going to like it.
Because I'm going to say Boots.
No, Boots is not.
They love bringing up Boots.
There's only one person outside of Canelo Alvarez.
And dude, you better not say
I'm going to say
Benavidez. You better not say Benavidez.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's the guy with that almost lost his jaw against Anthony Joshua. It's the only other person.
Stop it.
The only other person. If we're just talking money, that is the only other person that can get him that money.
Yeah.
You guys disagree with me?
No, I can't disagree with that. I think Jake brings him out. But is that a fight he gets motivated for? I don't know. He did say in an interview.
They said they was told.
I think it was with Shannon Sharp. He was like, "What if he offer you 100 million?" He said, "I'll fight Jake Paul."
Yeah, he's not coming to fight. I'm fighting Jake Paul.
Allegedly, I don't know how true this is.
Where you hear this shit from, though, bro? Like Jake Paul.
Yo, you know these rumors, bro. I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
I think he just be saying, yo, I heard rumors just to bring it up. I think it's just something he's just thinking in his head. He just said, I heard rumors.
Yo, for one, Jake Paul said the mindset right now to be fighting anybody, let alone the boy. I don't care
Jake Paul said when Gervonta got dropped that they were talking to Bud. They talked to Bud. I think Ryan.
That was before he got his whole thing split in two.
I think it'll bring the people out. I would love to see.
Listen, man.
Oh no, matter of fact, three names.
It's listen, boxing is all about theatrics. After that happened, nobody's gonna believe anything that Jake Paul's gonna do. It ain't what a real fighter is gonna be worth for me to get up with me to get like I want to go see this fight.
I apologize. There's only one other name that he could get that with.
There goes another name. What other name?
You just made up another one, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Is this a rumor? Is this another rumor?
No, this person, hold on. No, it's not a rumor. It's not a rumor. I'm just telling you who could get him the 100 million. And I'm gonna tell you who. The person that they keep saying, is he better than all time? And he's flirting with to fight Manny Pacquiao.
I don't even want to see that. I don't want to see that.
I don't agree
people
with
would pay to see that. You kidding me? You don't think people would pay to see that? Get out of here.
I mean, some people would pay to see that, but I don't think
to the masses. No, diehards.
40. Floyd gonna be 49 this year. I don't think anybody expects a 49-year-old Floyd to beat a 39-year-old Terence Crawford.
I think there'd be a lot of people that think he could win. I don't know why, but I think they would be.
Oh,
right.
No.
That's only for the diehards. But like, you trying to bring the
even Floyd said himself, "I'm not fighting no real fighters." You know what I'm saying? I'm fighting other guys. I'm not fighting no real fighters. He said that years ago.
I don't know, man.
And you gonna go and fight the best of the best right now? That don't even make sense.
All I was bringing up was that's the only other guy that I believe can get him that bag that he wants.
Oh, in your head.
Absolutely. Three guys.
Remember, these are all Norm's picks. I don't know. Like, so I didn't hear come on, you bring up Jake Paul. Jake Paul is not thinking about even stepping in. He's not even trying to spar somebody right now. Let alone.
The question was who could get him the bag. That's all. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know about the Floyd one.
Me either.
And
You
then
don't think
Jake Paul
I
will be
I
out
wouldn't
with
even,
it
I
for a
wouldn't
while.
even say, I wouldn't even say Manny Pacquiao. I don't even think, not even a Manny Pacquiao, yo.
No.
And I love Manny Pacquiao, but like I said, Manny Pacquiao, even though I feel like he could have won. He won the last fight, whatever. He did enough. The think of him trying to fight or Bud.
No.
Come on, man. I wouldn't even say Pacquiao. Like you guys, just let him be.
Let that man be.
Leave that man alone.
Leave that man alone.
Let him be. Yo, you gotta keep trying to make these fantasy matchups. You gonna get your
I'm not. I mean, listen, Manny Pacquiao's still fighting. What is he, 68?
Listen,
I don't know
Manny
what's going
Pacquiao
on.
could have fought Bud when they were both on top rank, and Manny Pacquiao was like, "Nah, we good. We
Manny
see
turned it down. I thought it was, but Bob Aaron was like, no, he didn't want to see Manny get hurt. That's
man,
why
listen, Bud tells story all the time, but I'm just saying, and I love Manny Pacquiao, but like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it.
No, I don't want to see Manny fight at all, to be honest with you. I think. Do you feel like Manny should still fight?
Somebody, I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying, like Manny Pacquiao, but the point is, he's at a point in his career where he has to pick smart fights. He can't be the old Manny Pacquiao like back in 2009 who was just selling, Bob, sign me up, I'll fight him. You gotta like say, and it's respected, and it's expected though. Like at a certain part of your career, you gotta pick smart fights after a while that you know what I'm saying, that complement the style that you're in now. You can't go out there and fight these young killers and come on, man.
That's why he chose 147. He thought he can get an easy belt. Look what's going on with Ryan Garcia. Speaking of Ryan Garcia, what do you feel about him taking a loss to Rolly and automatically getting another title shot against Barrios?
I think boxing is built on names, man, and I think you're gonna have moments like this where the guy who is coming off a loss, but he has such a big name, he gets these kind of advantages.
Popularity.
Yeah, he gets these kind of advantages, and I mean, people are coming out to see him. So it is what it is.
Sport? Doesn't that hurt the sport?
Hurt the sport. I think what it does is.
Let me give you an example. Like, so in the other sports, like, I mean, Nike sponsors champions, right?
Yeah.
And the belt has been, being a champion has become so way less important in boxing than any other sport. That's what I mean in that sense. Like you're diluting being a champ.
I wouldn't go that far. I do think other fighters have the right to say, "Yo, you're skipping me. I've been working hard. I'm ranked number 2. I'm ranked number 3, whatever they rank." And they're saying, "Why am I getting skipped?" But they also came into this game knowing that the bigger your name is, the more opportunities you're gonna get. That's just how boxing is, and to say that it hurts the sport, it might not be as fair as we may want it to be. But how can something that make people want to watch the sport more hurt the sport? No. You know what I'm saying? Now, boxing ain't never going to be perfect. It ain't never going to be perfect. And if it was perfect, then we'd see more mandatory fights than we see big fights. And guess what? Fans want to see big fights. So sometimes we sit up there and we say, nah, we want to see a rematch of a real great fight. We don't want to see the mandatory. Don't we say that as fans?
Right.
But that would be fair, right?
But
so it can't go both ways. Like, we want to see the best fights. We want to see the most popular fights. We want to see the best fights. And so the times when these things happen and we necessarily didn't want to see it, can we really complain? We want to see it any other time? I understand what you're saying, bro. I understand what you're saying.
Right.
All of a sudden, he's ranked high enough to get a championship fight, and he's coming on for a loss and a bad performance. But at the end of the day, like Jamel said, popularity goes a long way in this sport.
No, absolutely. And I think that's a problem because, I look
at it like this, though, too, bro. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, it could be a pro and a con even for Ryan, like, because he got to go out there and prove. Like, okay, I just had a bad night against Rollies. Because if you go out there and have back-to-back, you know what I'm saying, subpar, it might be over. Yeah, it's his rep. because you know
Right.
he still got fans that really believe that he still has the skill set. That's still put pressure on you. Again,
Yes.
yeah. I mean, I get it. You got guys that have been fighting all their lives and are ranked and also get a shot at the title. But you know, it is what it is. Like I said, there's pros and cons to everything. But at the same time, it doesn't give Ryan Garcia a pass. Ryan still got to go out there and put in the work. He got to go. You know what I'm saying? If they really showed that he deserved, you know what I'm saying, there's another crack at the title. So he got to go out there and do what he got to do.
Right. It's just like Jake Paul. They say, oh, well, what is Jake Paul getting there? Getting the opportunity to fight a two-time heavyweight champion. Yeah, but when he gets in there, he assumes the same risk as anybody else. And look what happened.
Yeah. That's why I was like, I'm not gonna get bent out of shape. How's he get this? Like, bro, listen, it takes a lot to get in the ring, but he got to go in there and put in the work. That's why I wasn't bent out of shape when I seen what happened. I was not surprised.
Right.
I mean, if I'm a fighter at 147, if I'm one of the men, I would be livid. I'm not.
Oh hell yeah, of course.
Of course,
that's only right. But
that part, but you know,
and even how they rank these fighters. When I found out how they rank them, I was like, Jamel got to be lying. Like, I mean, it's just, I don't know. Boxing has got to be a little bit.
Listen, it's all about who you know, just like any other business, any other company, and it's all about who you know. If you got a strong team, I'll tell the kids now, hey, make sure you get a strong team and a good promoter behind you if you really want to get to where you want to get to. Because this business, you can be as good as you want, but it's business first. It's business first.
Yeah. What did recently Keyshawn Davis had came out and you know, we all seen the incident that happened in Virginia and people saying they didn't take accountability and stuff like that. And it's kind of gotten hot between the Bomac camp and his camp. What do you feel about the comments that he made about that he was drinking? And do you feel like he kind of played Bomac by making those comments?
Oh, I'm not privy to that. I'm not privy to that. I don't have my ear to the street for everything non-boxing.
I missed the rumor. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I did hear somebody talking something about Keyshawn, but I have no idea. I have no idea what happened. I don't know what was said. I don't know anything about what Bomac said. I don't know anything. You got to fill me in.
So, okay, I'll fill you in. So, you know, Keyshawn Davis had the whole situation where they canceled the fight because he missed weight, right? And he kind of went on a little hiatus, didn't respond, whatnot. And then in the last month or so, he ended up signing a fight against Jermaine
Ortiz.
And he's been doing more interviews and basically said that he was not focused for his last 3 camps because he's been drinking through those camps.
Okay.
And I guess their camp took kind of like offense to that because it's like, bro, like you're making us look bad, like we allowed that or we didn't catch that.
Is that something Bomac said?
Well, Bernie.
Oh, here we go with the rumors again.
No. Hold on. So I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna give you facts now. I got you.
Got you.
We were on the show. Bomac text Jamel, and he said, "Put this on the show." He said, "I cannot speak for that man's integrity." Am I quoting this right, Jamel?
Yeah, that was about a couple months ago now.
Yeah,
3 months ago.
A couple months ago, basically when it's around time, we started hearing all the rumors that Keyshawn left the camp around that time. So like a month or 2 ago, something like that. Bo hit me up and was like, just basically texted me was like, just I'm not gonna say I don't have much to say, but just said that I can't say anything about that kid's integrity, so I'm just gonna stay out of the spotlight.
Right.
And now you know he's switched his camps. He has his own people there, and it's kind of people.
But he's not training with Bomac anymore.
No, he put his own people in place right now.
That's what I think. That's where a lot of the issues are coming from. That's where a lot of the jumps are coming from now. So then, recently, I think maybe not even a full week ago, he does an interview. I think with Roy Jones. Sat with Roy Jones. He said that on the last camp, you know, he didn't make the weight because he was drinking every day in camp. Now I thought that was crazy because, like I said, you know, I've trained with these fellas. I actually lived with them during training camp. Like it's one big house. And there's no way in the world, let's be real. We all know when somebody sweats alcohol, you know what alcohol smells like. So I'm like, you can't be in a gym environment and nobody can smell the alcohol off you, you know, coming off you out of your pores. And I said it. So like I felt like that was like more of a slight dig at their integrity as trainers. Because like, I know Bud don't even play when it comes to drinking. Bud don't ever drink, so he don't even play around with alcohol as it is, let alone let you have it around, especially during camp. So I felt that's when Bernie came to their defense. Like the reason why he didn't make weight is because it wasn't because he was drinking. They felt like he was scared at winning. So it's been a whole lot of drama back and forth between Bernie, the B&B camp, and Keyshawn.
I cannot believe that you have not been privy to this.
Nah,
It's craziness.
Honestly, I have not heard any of that at all. You know, I focus on the boxing aspect, and I don't. Of course, you're gonna hear things here and there. That's just one of the things I did not hear. You know what I'm saying? And I don't be looking for stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I really don't be looking for stuff. I'm not one of those gossipers. I don't know if you ever watched my podcast, but
I've watched stuff.
I'm not into the gossip. I'm not into the gossip part of it. You know what I mean? I'd rather talk about the fighting aspect of it, you know. So that's something I don't know about, so I really can't add.
Okay. Well, I like Keyshawn. I'm a big fan of Keyshawn. I think he's I think he can be the next guy. I think I forgot who was saying it recently, but they feel like he could be the next superstar in boxing. Do you see him staying
on his way?
He can. He can.
Where do you see Keyshawn potentially going? Because they say I've heard some possibly going to 147, saying at 140. Where do you feel Keyshawn can go?
Oh, I think he's a big kid. I think he's a big kid who could probably go up there 147, maybe even higher, but definitely 147. I could see him going to 147, but let's not just overlook Jermaine Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a good fight right here, and this is gonna really show who Keyshawn is. Now, I think Keyshawn is a dog. I think he's special. I think he has a real good package. You know, almost basically the total package.
Yeah.
You know, but Jermaine Ortiz is one of those guys as well. I think if you look at all of Jermaine's biggest fights, they were with great fighters, and these guys didn't dominate against Jermaine. Nobody's ever really dominated.
Jermaine, I say what happened on the show. Jermaine is a rough outing. Like I said, he gave Loma a run. He gave my man Tio a run.
Yes.
We was going at it. He got the victory over me. I'm happy to see what. That's why I felt like I didn't like when people were trying to say like, oh, Jermaine Ortiz is not a good fighter. And he'll get anybody a rough outing. So like my thing, if we could see like a Keyshawn, even let's say he goes in and dominate, that right there tells a lot about.
Oh my God, that's gonna really say a lot.
Yeah, Jermaine Ortiz is not an easy outing.
Nobody's really dominated Jermaine Ortiz in his losses. And his losses have always been close, and his losses have been to great fighters. You know, so this right here is an amazing test. I don't want to just blow by this for Keyshawn right here. This is gonna really show.
It's a whole good card. The whole card is good, in my opinion.
100%. 100%. This is a crazy card.
I like Keyshawn. I think he really can, if he gets everything right within his personal life, whatever. I really do believe he can be top 10 pound for pound. I think he has that type of ability. And I've recently seen Devin Haney come out and say basically you would fight him online. What do you think about that matchup? Do you think that's a possibility in the near future? And who would you favor in that fight?
Well, obviously, Devin has done more. He's fought the bigger names, so I can understand why he would be favored. But look at Devin's resume. He has already shown us that he'll fight anybody. Dude went up and fought 147-pound champion that was starching everybody. You know what I mean? And did him dirty. You know, wanted to fight Lomachenko since he was 19 years old. He was chasing Lomachenko. You know, they wind up giving him the WBC belt. He was like, I don't want this. Like everybody making fun of him, but he was like, I don't want the belt. I want to fight the guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So Devin has always been that guy that's chasing the big fight. So do I think a fight like that could happen? Absolutely, because Devin will fight anybody.
He gonna chase it. Devin don't come for nobody. He'll chase it.
Absolutely.
I love to see
That's why I don't understand the hate, because he's probably one of the only real young fighters besides Shakur that's willing to fight everybody. He's willing to fight. There's no, like I said, you can't hate on that. You can hate on him, his personality, whatever. But in terms of him as a fighter, and on top of it, he's a good fighter, willing to fight everybody. You can't be mad at that.
Yeah, I hated the way people was treating him. I understand they didn't like, a lot of people probably didn't like his father, but his father is just a father going to bat for his son, But at the end of the day, what about the fighter who's willing to get in there with everybody? And before Ryan Garcia failed the drug test, the man took a loss, and everybody was acting like, okay, he lost, big deal, but he got in there with the guy, and then you fail the drug test, and they still mad at Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't understand it. I think he didn't deserve it. I'd love for him to see him rematch Ryan. I seen Ryan pass a lie detector test.
Hold on.
Boxing is crazy.
Barak, you just say you don't be watching that other stuff, but you see the pass a lie detector test.
Ryan is hard not to see because everything he do, everybody see.
Yeah.
He's just such a big name. Everything he do, everybody see.
I don't know. I mean, I believe he cheated. It is what it is. But I think you're right. That situation with Devin, I don't know why Devin got so much flack for that when he was the person that was actually violated in the fight, which is crazy. You know what I mean? So I'm with you on that.
And even if it wasn't a failed drug test, like, so what? He lost. Big deal. Like, almost every fighter loses.
You still
look at Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya gets respect. Why? He didn't beat all of the great fighters, but he fought the great fighters.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you gotta respect that.
Yeah. Speaking of great fighters, Errol Spence Jr. is rumored.
Here we go.
Okay.
Do you have like one guy just coming to you bringing all these rumors or what?
They said Errol Spence Jr. is possibly, actually, Paulie, I'm going to put the shorts. Paulie Malignaggi came out on his Twitter and said he's hearing from his sources that Errol Spence Jr. is possibly making a comeback, and it might be against Tim Tszyu. What do you feel about, should Errol retire or should he come back?
Well, I can't say if a man should retire because I don't know what he's dealing with. I can tell you this, though. We used to see Errol Spence blow up in between fights, right?
Yeah.
Tell me now, Errol's smart. He's strategic. If you're looking at his Instagram, every picture he put up, just about, he got no shirt on and he's in shape. Right or wrong? So, he might have been out of the ring for what? He's 2.5 years.
Right.
But he's looking like he's taking life seriously. He's looking like he's taking boxing seriously. He's looking in shape. And he's the guy who claims that he don't ever want to take a tune-up fight, which I don't think is good. But then again, if he's performing well in the gym, whatever.
You don't think
I can't say the man should retire because he had one bad fight.
No, I thought it was unfair how people treated him. You lost to one of the greatest fighters of all time.
Right.
People were calling him washed up. I was sitting there like, are you guys serious right now? Like, before that fight, most people had it 50-50, right?
Most people had him as a favorite. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Right.
Big Shark. That's my dog. That's my dog. That's my brother. Like I said, again, that's boxing for you, though, man. You lose one fight against another a good fighter, your whole resume is suspect now.
Yeah, right? You forget how great the fighter was before.
You know what's crazy about Errol Spence's comeback is that he's doing it in probably the deepest division or one of the deepest divisions at 154. Do you think he could? I mean, there's a lot of dogs at 154. Do you feel like he could be successful at 154?
Of course. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he used to spar with Jamel Charlo. I'm sure he used to hold his own in those sparring sessions. And we do remember the Errol Spence of old. Very, very dominant in the sport. Looked like he was too big for 147 anyway. So I think it'll be interesting seeing him fight anybody at 154. But I do think that most fighters should work their way back up to the big names. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. He wants to fight who he wants to fight. He was trying to fight Fundora. You know what I mean? That's the kind of dog that he is.
I'm going to bring this back. This is kind of funny, but
what's up?
If he's successful at 154, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to put this up.
When you say successful,
if he's dominant, like
give an example, like if he beats who?
Let's say if he beats Fundora. Let's say if he goes and beats Boots. Let's say if he beats Boots, right? Okay. 154. Beats a Virgil Ortiz.
Damn.
I mean that's the names we're talking
Virgil
about.
Ortiz, Fedora, damn.
I mean, is that enough to bring back your boy Buck Crawford for a mega fight versus a rematch versus Errol Spence, possibly at 160? Think about it. He beats
It's two ways you could look at this.
Okay.
Sometimes a fighter can get beat and they earn it by beating all of the other fighters according to the rankings. That's how you get back to a fighter that beat you before. You go back up in the rankings to earn that spot again. But it's like Floyd.
Yeah.
Just because you beat a whole bunch of other fighters, does that mean now you can beat Floyd? No. You know, just if Errol Spence does that, then he solidify himself maybe a Hall of Fame fighter, and he's reminding everybody that he's a great fighter if he beats all of those names. But does that mean now he's able to beat Bud? I just mean, are the fans going to think that?
A lot of people that were supporters of him said that he just didn't look good at 147, that he had trouble, and it showed in that fight. So that's why they were pitching for the rematch to be at 154. So that's why I'm saying maybe, just maybe, they're gonna say, hey, look, because he's at 154, look how much better he looks as opposed to what he did against Bud.
I mean, Bud wouldn't go down from 168 to 154 anyway.
I think that's why I said 160. I believe. That's,
oh yeah. Is that a fight that would be sellable?
I think so.
I don't think so, because let's just say,
you gotta slow boxing this though, bro. You just said beat Virgil.
If he beats Virgil, yeah.
Virgil,
right? That would be a long time.
That's like a 2-3 year stretch.
Right. That's at least a year and a half. At least.
The way boxing is today, you'd be lucky to get 2 of those big fights in the same year. 2 of them.
You're right.
And then
you want to fight Bud after that stretch? Like, come on, bro.
And then Bud's gonna be 41 then? Like, turns 39 this year.
Like I said,
$100 million. I'm trying to get Bud that $100 million.
That's all like I said.
I'm trying to get Bud to the $100 million fight. That's all I'm trying to do.
He said, once again, leave that man alone.
Yo. Now, because what's the excuse? Now, okay, Bud go out there, win again. Oh, they will pass their prime. Like, bro, let it go. We are done with this. I don't want to hear it no more.
Hold on. Like, he said, if Errol goes on a run, fans will be on Crawford's ass every day to come back. I agree. I happen to agree with that.
Whatever, man.
Nah, I mean, like I said, he'll be in his 40s. That's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Just because I think Errol, I mean not Errol, Terence has been the only champion probably in history that's this good in his late 30s. Like Floyd was good, but he wasn't like punishing guys at 38 years old. You know what I mean? So Terence could still do everything that he was doing at 28. You know what I mean? So that's an anomaly. That's special. But we can't keep pushing that. We can't keep going back to that well. You know, that's it.
Mondaro, Boots, and Virgil, and then a Bud.
I'm just saying, a run, baby, a run.
That's a lot of
can't even get past the lineup.
That's a lot of wear and tear for Errol to deal. Commend if you go for that run, I don't even what you need. Yo.
You don't need a Terence Crawford.
Where's the easy fight? I mean, look, Boots.
None of those easy fights.
None of those
easy fights that you point out. None of those easy fights. Like I said, I think Tim Tszyu is a good comeback fight, and then we see how Errol looks and how he say it that way. And then you can put the idea of matching all these other dreams. But like, come on, bro, we gotta leave the whole.
Virgil got to happen in Dallas.
But listen. They had it was a clause in the original fight, and it never happened. Why we want to see it again? And that fight could have happened at 54 or at 47. We never got it for a reason. Let it go. Let it go.
I don't think Errol's let it go, bro. I don't think. Barak, man, I really appreciate you coming on, man. I'm a big fan of your work. Thank you.
Pleasure.
You know what I mean? You gave us, a lot. I know I gave you a lot of rumors. I apologize, but
It's all good, man. It made for good conversation. I respect you both.
Everybody got their sources.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I know, right? Everybody got their sources. It's a pleasure to meet you. Jamel, I salute you. It's a pleasure to see you again. And I like what y'all got here. This was a fun conversation, man. And I hope this continues to prosper.
Oh no, we're definitely going hard. Me and Jamal is focused, and one day we hope to reach the heights that you have in your career, bro. Appreciate it.
Man, you go further than that, bro. You can go further than that for real. This is dope. This was fun.
Thank you.
You're always welcome anytime, brother. Thank you.
No doubt, no doubt. Thank you. I'll return. I'll return for this. This is dope.
I got you.
I appreciate you, brother.
All right, fellas.
All right, bro.
Man, that guy's awesome. Barak is awesome, bro. Love that.
Yo, you gotta start your little rumors, yo.
Rumors.
We down your little sources, yo. Your little sources fucking us up, like.
I gave him the source, Paul. It was that source.
This man did everything to keep trying to bring Bud to work on fight. Yo, let it go, bro. Yo, let it go, bro.
I got good sources though. I do. I did hear the HBO thing. We both heard it. You don't remember the conversation?
So he said, damn, what's he was. Hey, I can't even listen. Hold on, I can't. I still can't snap my finger on my left hand.
I can't. I've never been able to snap my fingers.
I can get it. I can get it here.
That was great. That was a great show. Man, we got to bring Barak on more often. I'm glad he had fun. You know what I mean? Yo, I literally barely made it.
Left hand still.
Oh, there you go. That bare enough.
I'm right.
Oh man. No, I remember. I think it was him when they used to do the interviews where people were talking crap about boxing.
Yeah, run up on them. Yeah. That was them.
That was the best. Well, that was the bro. I'm not gonna lie. I gotta hit him up. Be like, yo, can we steal that? Can we really steal that, bro? I want to pull up on people and do that. That is such a great idea. Why don't they do that anymore?
Shit, you never know when the camera was rolling. Probably motherfucker the fighting shit. You never know.
The one with Zab Judah was mad funny, bro. Zab pulled up out of nowhere, like, and dude was like, "Oh, it is what it is." But nah, that guy is definitely awesome. You're awesome, Jamal. Appreciate you.
I try.
That was a pretty good for somebody that just had a run from all the way. Well, how I was because my car wouldn't start. I think it was pretty good. What do you think?
No, you did good, bro. You made it. And we had a dope
ass. We made it, Jeff.
No, you made it. I was cool. I was already ready. You made it.
Good show. So you think I had too many rumors? Too many rumors?
Way too many. I'm like, who the fuck are these sources?
We know the bro. Which?
Now you gave Paulie did say that. All right, I'll give you that. But come on to the net.
No, the Showtime and the other one. Remember, that was a private conversation me and you had with somebody else. I don't want to put out the camps, but about the Showtime and the Max. I thought it was pretty good. I had a lot of rumors. Turkey should have gave David the first shot when Crawford. Canelo. Wait. Canelo knew he wasn't going to beat David. He was never going to fight David. Canelo was never going to fight David Benavidez. That's what I should have asked him. Damn it. I question. Who do we think Canelo's going to fight? I'll ask you in September. I say Bivol. I should have asked him that. I messed up, right?
No, it's probably going to be somebody pick up. It's probably going to be somebody, maybe Sharice.
No, he said he's going to be a champion.
Yeah, after he picks up the belt. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's going to pick up one of these because September, bro. It's at the end of this year, bro.
Sharice just got his fight canceled, though. They have the purse bid.
They're going to go, and they're hinting that he's going to go to WBO route. He's going to get the belt. He's going to pick up a belt. And they're finally going to get there. He's probably, because, that's the fight he wanted. And that's a fight that
Turkey. It's not a big fight.
But like you said, they didn't say a superstar. They said a world champion, bro. I guarantee you.
They said it was a big fight. That's not a big fight.
Man, this Canelo. They're gonna make it seem it's a big fight. I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah. Sharice. I like Sharice. I ain't gonna lie. I would like to see him fight. The Berlanga's fighting too soon, right? Isn't he fighting on the undercard of I think he's fighting on the Ryan card, no? No more rumors for me. That's it. I'm not doing no more rumors anymore because Jamel laughed at me when I called out the rumors. Yeah, man. But on that note, I'll let everybody rock out. Shout out to Barak Bess for coming on the show. He is awesome. Damn, he hit you. I ain't gonna front. He caught you. I was like, oh, Jamel. I was nervous, bro. Like that, I can't take too many more fights from you.
You see it. You see his eyes and his head afterwards.
I felt bad for him. Like, Jesus, man. You can barely see anything with all that beard, bro. Like, I'm like, what's up with all that beard, dude?
Boo, 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 boo.
I forgot to ask him about Connor Ben. That's one of my guys. I love Connor Ben.
You want this Connor Ben shit?
I love Connor Ben. I would love to get Connor Ben.
Get him on the Connor. Get him on the show.
I don't know Connor. Can you reach out to him? Anybody know Connor Ben? I'm like one of his biggest fans. I really like him. Connor Ben versus Ryan Garcia would be crazy. Crazy. I don't want to see Ryan Garcia versus Gorlock. I don't want to see that. Ryan versus what? Come on, man. Don't front. That wouldn't be crazy. No?
Get who?
Ryan Garcia, Connor Ben? Crazy.
They said Gorlock.
You know what Gorlock is? That's the way he was punching.
I want to use that. Like, wait, what? Wait, you tripping, bro? That's a domestic dispute.
Nah, so hold on, hell no. You seen he punched the guy in the stomach? He had to go to the hospital. He punched one of the streamers in the stomach, and dude bent over.
Ryan low key a bully, yo. Ryan gotta chill. You gotta chill, Ryan.
Ryan's smart, man. He's smart.
You low key bullying your guests, bro.
Yo, bro. Dude showed up. He had like, I don't know what happened. He had like a headband on, all types of crazy stuff, like from the hospital. Like, I was like, dude, he hit you in the stomach. Why's your head hurt? I don't understand, but whatever. So hold on. Look, my man L, I would watch it. I don't know about paying for a Bud versus Floyd fight, though. I'm just saying names that I believe could get him that money. Shout out to my guy, Bud Crawford. Shout out to, we got to get Bo on. Can we get Bo on? I want to talk to my man, Bo. I want to tell him that I'm a fan of him. Can we get Bo on?
I'll hit him up. I'll hit him, Bo.
I won't make no Cheetos jokes, nothing. I got you.
I'm pretty sure you got a lot to say anyway. I'll hit up, Bo. But...
Think so?
Yeah, man.
Who else? What? We should have somebody Friday.
What's happening Friday?
Mm-hmm. Oh.
I know the fight card coming up. That's good.
Cruz and Motataya fights, right? This week?
Yeah, Saturday. I'm looking forward to that one. That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good fight, bro. I'm hyped for that. And then I think the Zuffa fights are this week too. The Zuffa fights are this week on the 23rd, and then the week after. Wow, that's crazy. Shakur's in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's like I said, boxing is in the year just started. We're in a good place.
Shakur. Now, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm still like 50-50 on that fight. I don't know who's gonna win.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It's crazy. I don't know if I should stick with my Puerto Rican brethren, Shakur. I don't know what I'm thinking about right now. I don't know. Right, man? I don't know. Does anything else to cover?
No, I think we got everything.
The Giants got John Harbaugh. I know you're not happy about that. You're a Jets fan. Giants got John Harbaugh, bro. I'm hype.
Care about that right now.
Huh?
Don't care.
You know I would love to interview? And you know him, Bob Arum. Can we get Bob Arum or Oscar on? Those are the two I would love to interview. Hit up Oscar.
Yeah, man, Oscar now. I get us canceled, bro.
Oscar is awesome.
I
watched the Mike Tyson podcast.
But I should have reached out to Oscar. Oscar, I'd love for you to come on my podcast, Oscar.
What do you think you're doing? You think you'll do it?
I'm about to hit him up.
Hit him up. You got Oscar's number? Like his real number?
I used to go back and forth Oscar every now and then, like in messages. Like, oh yeah,
I was
like Oscar, we'd love to have you on the pod.
Oh my God. Oscar would be so dope. Oscar is one of my favorite fighters of all time. I remember I was going for him against Trinidad. I almost got killed in my household. And I felt like he won that fight. Oscar is awesome, bro. I'm sorry. I don't know how people can say what they say. Oscar's like the best.
Oscar, yeah. I'm a big Oscar fan. I respect what Oscar did for boxers. You know?
Yeah. No, you ain't lying. But yeah, let's rock out. On that note, let's close it out. Appreciate everybody that tuned in. Shout out to Barak Bess for coming on. Make sure y'all watch us on Twitch, Kick, X,
Spotify.
You can listen to the audio on Spotify. It'll be up on Apple Podcasts, iHeart, all whatever you can listen to it. Audio is gonna be there, and we working. We out here working. My man Lance in the building. Shout out to my man Lance. Shout out to Kevin Jackson. I appreciate everybody. Make sure every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday you guys tune in live at 9 p.m. Eastern with myself and Jamel Herring and the 10A Podcast. You never know who's going to pop up. We out of here. My guy.